Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. And today we're jumping into a draft of one of the best draft sets of all time, March of Machines. Let's go. All right, so I've been very disappointed, actually, candidly, in the drafts of March of Machines that I've been able to put online so far, because this is a format that is famous for letting you do really good, really cool, really interesting stuff. And one example of those things is companions. So I have so far only, in the drafts that I've put online, played very responsible 2-color aggro beatdown decks. And every time I don't record a draft, I get an amazing companion and do some really quirky build around that's like nothing you've ever drafted before unless you've been working with a companion. So I'm absolutely thrilled to see a companion in my pack 1 pick 1. Here's what this does. 3/3 for 3, each permanent in your starting deck has to have an activated ability. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect, blah, blah, blah. So basically makes all your activated abilities cheaper, and a creature can't block this turn. As far as companions go, this is definitely maybe one of the very hardest to ever companion. You can only take cards with activated abilities, but I'm absolutely going to try, because this is a flashback draft. And look, if I 0-3 trying to make a companion work, that's like an experience I'm not going to have in any other set. If I just want to make my gems back, I can go play Mutant Ninja Turtles. Obviously, I'm not going to try to throw away gems here, but yeah, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do this. This would be one to remember. So now immediately we get a nice reward for our companion strategy, which is Zird Strobe Knight. This is one of the best cards in the whole format, and it has an amazing activated ability. Now, the benefit of having a companion is it's basically like an 8th card in your hand. Companions work, if you haven't seen them, by being a card that sits alongside your library. It's technically outside of the game, but at any point you can pay 3 during your turn as a sorcery to put it into your hand, and then you can cast it as a normal card from your hand. So it's basically like drawing 8 cards at the beginning of the game in a certain way. And but they have these really tough restrictions to put them in your deck. And this is part of what made March of Machines such an amazing set. The depth of this type of build around was just absolutely incredible. So it just makes you draft in a way that you would never be thinking of drafting otherwise. So I'm definitely going to try to companion this guy. Now, it is very, very, very hard. So this is definitely an episode of going for it. Absolutely. Now, the thing is, okay, so every permanent has to have an activated ability. If it's not a mana ability, it costs 2 less, and you can make your creature not able to block. So you do want to be very aggressive. Obviously, the card that I want to pick, being me, is Halo Forager. That's what I want to take out of this pack. Plane Cycling looks like an activated ability, so that would be one option, but I think I'll just take the Seraph of New Capenna. I think I want to be really aggressive, play to the board, try to be maybe blue-white or red-white aggro, and yeah, I'll just take the Seraph of New Capenna. Technically, you could play Zirda in any deck that can produce red or white mana. Companions often make you have to be splashy because it's really hard to get there off of just the colors that you have access to that are, that are the colors in its cost. So yeah, I mean, this is a tricky one, though. This is a very tricky one. There's not that many cards that have activated abilities, but like I say, we are definitely going for it. I'm not going to pass up on the chance to companion. You never get to companion in Magic. This is our only opportunity. So let's try to make this mind-bending experiment work. I'm going for, I would say, 3/3. I don't think I'm likely to trophy with a Zirda companion deck, but if I can go 3 wins, 3 losses, I think I'll be very happy. Okay, I'll take the Nezumi Freewheeler here. And yeah, it does have an activated ability. Dang, this does not have an activated ability, does it? Can we get there on Zirda? No card in this pack has an activated ability. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. That's too bad. The beginning of your end step. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll speculate on Invasion of Belanon. I mean, look, I could still pivot to a totally solid blue-white deck, for example. I haven't given up too much equity. I mean, Zird Strobe Knight is absolutely what I would have taken out of pack 2. Then I would have taken a Halo Forager, and hey, then maybe the Nezumi Freewheeler. So we haven't given up that much equity. I could also take Dismal Backwater and just go deep. But I think I'll take Invasion of Belanon. Oh, I really want a companion. I really want to companion. Okay, you haven't activated. No, you don't. You have a triggered ability. Darn it. Darn you. Okay. At the beginning of each end step, exiles the top card of their library. Each player can play. No, that's not good. Okay. Each permanent in your deck has an activated ability. So I could take a non-permanent card. You have an activated ability. Yes, I'll be taking you. If I can possibly, I'm still clinging to this dream. If I can possibly manage to play this Zirda, I will. I could also take Angelic Intervention. That's such a good card. Maybe I do just take that. Although no, getting to it, I think I take this because getting to a sufficient creature count with only creatures that have activated abilities is going to be really difficult. Okay, you have an activated ability. Oh, I thought that this card was so good when it was played against me. Put 2 counters on a non-human that entered this turn, and it has an activated ability, also a mana ability. Okay, maybe I'll take that over the beat stick. Like, for example, you could put it on Zirda and make a 5/5. Yeah, I think, I think that's good. I mean, yes, I want the Beamtown beat stick, but this card struck me as really, really good. Okay, awesome. So we have Seraph of New Capenna. We also have Stoke the Flames. I think, again, see how this is just such an awesome set? Like, this is like no kind of drafting that you've ever done before, right? Unless you've played March of Machines, you've never drafted with the constraint that every card has to have an activated ability, right? It just makes you think about everything from a totally different perspective. So here, yes, I would take Stoke the Flames because it's so good. But again, I think just getting decent creatures that have activated abilities in colors that overlap with Zirda is going to be so hard that I need to pick them every single time I see them. None of you have activated abilities. I could take Lithomatic Barrage, but it's so bad if you're not playing against a white or a blue deck. I could also take Moment of Truth. I wouldn't mind. I would really actually like if I could play this Xerox Strobe Knight and it could be in a blue-white deck. So maybe I take that. This does not have an activated ability. I think I'd rather have that than Timberland Ancient. So yeah, let's go for the Moment of Truth. Wow, what an awesome set this is. Isn't it so cool? Okay, here, the only card, none of the permanents have activated abilities, so I'm going to go ahead and take Coming in Hot. It might be that I have to play Jeskai. That's very possible. Okay, we got an equipment that has an activated ability. So does Placid Rottentail, actually. I don't think you have an activated ability, do you? No. Okay, so I'll take the Mirror and Bone Splitter. I mean, it's whatever. Or Bane Splitter. None of you, the permanents, have activated abilities, so I'll take a Searing Barb. Okay, it's looking more likely. I could also be blue-red, actually. These white cards are not like a huge draw into white. There's nothing here that I can play, so I guess I'll take Hanger Scrounger as insurance in case Zirda doesn't work out, and then Ren's Resolve, I can play that. Okay, so red is open, so I'm definitely gonna be red. Okay, Archpriest of Shadows, amazing card, but you do not have an activated ability, and now we got another companion. It contains only cards with even mana values. When it enters mill 4 and put something, even mana values. I don't think I can pivot. Dang, it's so annoying because I never see companions. I just never see them. And now I'm seeing 2 in the same pack. So I'm definitely all over the Skyclave Aerialist. You know why? It has an activated ability. Isn't this set so freaking cool? I love March of Machines. Skyclave Aerialist is a top uncommon, actually an amazing, amazing card. It has the Coiling Oracle ability where you flip it and look at the top card, and if it's a land, it goes into the battlefield, otherwise it goes into your hand. I'm just going to snap that up, and I'm hoping to wheel probably Ramojian Greatsword, because that also has an activated ability. And it looks like we're in blue-red, doesn't it? Okay. Convoke Flying Haste, unfortunately, is not an activated ability on that Shivan Branch Bender. What else have we got? Tarkir Dune Shaper, you have an activated ability. Nobody else. Wow. that's tough stuff. Maybe I just have to take a Searing Barb. 2 damage to any target. Yeah, that's a little rough. I could also take Tarkir Dune Shaper, but now I'm really wanting to play blue. I guess I could take Zelfir and Shapecraft then. I might rather have that. No, look, I think my creature count is going to be tough. I think creature count is going to be tough. I could also take Rugged Highlands to try to make my mana work. I don't know what my mana are going to look like, but it feels like I may have to do some splashing. That's probably better than investing in a Searing Barb. Like, I could get Searing Barb on the wheel, probably. Inga Rune Eyes, you don't even have an activated ability? Come on. Come on. I don't think there's anything in this pack that I can take. That sucks. Okay, well, I'm definitely just going to take Searing Barb then. Wow, my deck is going to have a lot of Searing Barbs. So every permanent needs to have an activated ability. Coming in hot. Should I not be red? No, like, it's been pretty open. It's just, no, red has been really open. Should I not be blue is the question. And it's been pretty open. Like, I just got past an Ingo, which is a top blue uncommon. The problem is it doesn't have an activated ability, so I cannot play that in my deck. Okay, I'll go ahead and take Searing Barb. Wow, this is the ultimate going for it. Jin Gitaxias, that card's not actually very good, but it's huge. At the beginning of your end step, draw 7. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. I think I played that at the pre-release, by the way, at the March of Machines pre-release. So Temporal Cleansing would be awesome for my deck, but check it out. A 2-drop with an activated ability, you guys, that's gold. A 2-drop with an activated ability is gold. So I'm absolutely going to take a Pyretic Prankster. Incredible to find a 2-drop that we can play in our deck. That's a rare privilege, and I am all over it. Okay, what has an activated ability? I believe this card is nutty. When it attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1 in trample, including itself. So that card's super good, but it has no activated ability, so I can't play it. You have an activated ability. Yes, you, the Flywheel Racer, sitting at the back of the pack. You have an activated ability called Crew, right? That sounds like an activated ability to me. I don't think there are any other activated abilities in this pack. It's kind of a 2-drop, right? In a manner of speaking. Oh, a 1-drop with an activated ability. Now that is something else. Unfortunately, I cannot run Stasis Field in my deck because it does not have an activated ability. Okay. Drinking game where, I'm not suggesting this, YouTube. Drinking game where every time I say activated ability, you take a shot. Not recommended. Do not do that. All right. I'm going to take Aki Scrap Chomper. This card actually does have an activated ability, but I think it's completely and purely unplayable. You get to take a land from your opponent, and then you can search for Praetor cards. Yeah, I don't even know what a Praetor card is. Whoa, a 3-drop with an activated ability. Oh, man, but there's also Tidal Terror, which can end a game. I think it's probably more replaceable. I'm going to go with Harriet Artisan. Whew, okay, all right. This is looking like I might actually have a deck. Will it be a good deck? No. Oh, okay, we're in exactly the right color pair, though. Look at that. We actually got the blue-red dual land. However, this is a large creature with an activated ability because I believe Mountain Cycling does count. So I'm going to take that. Swiftwater Cliffs is nice and all, but I think I just have to take the card that can win a game that has an activated ability. And look, folks, everything is going our way because we wield Ramosian Greatsword. You know, it occurs to me, maybe this is why the signals make absolutely no sense in my March of Machines drafts, because everyone is just drafting companions and doing wild stuff. Okay, does anyone here have an activated ability? I might take the Shapecraft. I could also take Searing Barbs, which technically makes creatures. This is a triggered ability. This has no activated ability. I wish Convoke counted, but it certainly does not. Yeah, maybe I just take Searing Barb. No, I don't want a third. I don't even want 1 Searing Barb, let alone 3 Searing Barbs. And I guess it's a combat trick. I'm going to end up with a little bit too many combat tricks. Fearless Scald is a good card, just reinforcing that red is open. I'm a little scared that me passing it. Actually, maybe I just cut it because I don't want to give... I'm not going to play that millionth combat trick. And I don't want to give someone the impression that red is open just because I pass that. So I think I'd better just take it out of the pack. Yeah, see, we can get Burning Sun's Furies for free forever. They grow on trees. I want to pass the best black card that I can, and I think that's probably the Etch Familiar. Okay. Okay, now I could jettison blue potentially if I need to, because I'm really not deep into blue. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue cards. I'm really deep into red, but not blue. So if I see really good cards with activated abilities in another color, I could do that. I mean, like Placid Rottentail is not good. Herbology Instructor is good and has activated abilities. So I wonder if I actually just take that, given that I have Rugged Highlands. But no, I'm so short on playables already. I think I just need to take cards that can help me win, honestly. This card is not good, by the way. Even if you get to play it, it doesn't have a good effect. I'm just doing this for the, you know, the joy, for the pure joy of getting to do this. Oh, wow. This is a good card. Flying Vigilance. You have Hexproof. When it's dealt damage, you gain that much life. Wait, that's not what I thought it was. A 2/3 Flying Vigilance. Okay, it's fine. I thought that was a different card. Okay, I'm gonna go for the draw spell, I guess. I can't really take anything else here. Nothing really has an activated ability. I could take Not Vold Hermit. Oh, my deck is not functional, is it? This guy does not have an activated ability. Yeah, I'll take the draw spell. I really need more. If I can find like 3 Pyretic Pranksters, I'll have a deck that actually makes sense. Okay, you're a 2-drop with an you're a 2-drop with an activated ability. That's good. Getting a Streetwise Negotiator and Invasion of Amonkhet is painful. I wish this guy had an activated ability. All right, I'm going to take the 2-drop, though. That's something that I need. This is so cool. Okay, let's see. Does anyone here have an activated ability, period, in any color? No. Well, Iridescent Blade Master does. There's a Bite spell. I literally cannot play Saiba Cryptomancer. I cannot play Skittering Surveyor. I could play Merciless Repurposing, but it takes double black. Yeah, that's an issue. Let's see. I guess probably I take the dual land. There's really nothing. I could speculate on the Bite spell. Yeah, what if I find what if I find 6 awesome green cards in a row? Right? If that happens, I would really want the Bite spell. Ral's Reinforcements. You are not a permanent. This makes creatures, but it's not a permanent. Okay, I'm all over that. Then there's also an Eyes of Gitaxias, which is something. I wouldn't hate Windscarred Crag because it helps pay for this cost, but no, that doesn't make sense. It would have to be blue-white for that to make sense, or blue-red. Okay, Eyes of Gitaxias versus Ral's Reinforcements. I think I want to be a maximally aggressive deck. I'm going to take the Ral's Reinforcements, but I actually don't know what's correct there. Another companion. Oh, I wish I had taken this one first. This card actually is good if you get to play it. Wow, I can't believe there's another companion here. So can I possibly take this? No activated ability. Okay, I think I'm just going to take Tidal Terror. As much as I like Temporal Cleansing and Red's Resolve, I have no idea how I'm supposed to win games with this deck. And I think there's a good shot that we wheel one of those two. No, not a good shot. We're too late in the pack, but it could possibly happen. Ooh, Assimilate Essence. That's something to do early in the game. And now I have 24, I don't know if I would say playables, but I have 24 cards. Oh, Oracle of Tragedy. Why can't you have an activated ability? Come on. Come on. When it attacks or creature control enters attacking, you may pay 2. If you do put a creature in, I don't think that's an activated ability. I think that's a triggered ability. You may pay 2. That's a triggered ability. Okay, I'll take the draw spell. Maybe I cut Shapecraft and you don't have an activated ability. I could take Shatter the Source. It's technically removal. Double Meeting the Minds is a little bit rough. Plus Ren's Resolve. Just so much not doing things. Another Shatter the Source. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yes, a 2-drop with an activated ability. Okay, coming to the rescue. Probably I will cut one of the Meeting the Minds. Okay, I mean, hey, I actually did get a lot of 2-drops for whatever weird reason. Oh, wait, 24 actually counts the... Okay, I'll play the Meeting the Minds, because 24... Okay, no, I'll play that instead of Meeting of the Minds. Or instead of Searing Barb, because 24 actually counts the Zird out, right? It's currently counting this as a card in my deck, but this actually is outside the game. It doesn't count as part of your 40. You cannot submit a deck with 39 cards and a companion. So, okay, all right, so, okay. So this was something fun. Okay, you know how I said I was going for 3-3? I think maybe I'm going for... if I get a win, I'll be happy. If I get a single win, we got a last pick Ren's Resolve. That's so good. That's so good. Do I play that instead of Meeting the Minds? Or maybe instead of Searing Barb? Searing Barb is so bad. I don't have any removal, but I mean, that's like the last of my concerns. Maybe I play Searing Barb instead of Coming in Hot, actually. I mean, I think Coming in Hot is a better card. Yes, okay, good. I did meet the conditions. That means everything that I thought was an activated ability is. Yeah, so I'll maybe play a Searing Barb instead of a Coming in Hot. I kind of like the Mirror and Bane Splitter because so much of my stuff is tiny. Yeah, this deck looks awesome. No notes. As we're jumping into game 1, I want to share a conversation that happened in our community Discord. The Discord is a totally free to join space for people who want to get better at Limited together. And we've already had some great conversations there. Here's something that someone recently asked. They wanted to know, how do you guys generally buy into a draft? Do you use gold or gems? I haven't used gems yet because I'm afraid of going O2. I would rather waste my gold than my gems, so I just do 1 draft a week. I'm just curious as to how everyone plays and how to cope with going O2 if you spend gems. I thought this was an awesome question. It led to an amazing discussion. And if you're also someone who's curious about how other people manage their economy around arena, gold, and gems, and being able to draft as much as possible, all you have to do to join our Discord is just expand the description below. There's a link right at the top, which is an invite to the Discord. Just click it. It'll take you to an invitation and you'll be in the Discord. Another big perk that you can benefit from is the ability to ask this kind of question of the community. Here's someone who had just bought into a sealed event and wanted to have the highest chance of winning possible. So they posted a few different builds, asked what would you rather play, and within just a few minutes, there were several of us jumping in and giving them advice. Shave off this card, maybe go with that build. This splash looks, like it could use this. And so if you want to win more at limited and improve at limited, we have a community that's ready and waiting to help you out. Just go click subscribe in the video description and accept the invite to the Discord link, and you'll be part of our community of limited improvers. Also shouting out that we are just a few subscribers short of our next subscriber goal here on the YouTube channel. The moment that I hit 115 subscribers, I'm going to do my second live stream. I did the first live stream just a few days ago and it was an absolute blast. And I can't wait to do one again. It's super fun to be able to talk to everyone live and not just interact through YouTube comments. And wow, you would almost think this was a legitimate normal deck. Like, look at this. Rouse Reinforcements, Temporal Cleansing, Furnace Host. This is like, these are almost cards that like you would choose to play. Yeah. If I get a win, I'll be happy. If I get a win in this draft, I'll be happy. But hey, we're having fun, aren't we? We cannot do things like this in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There is no other set of Magic cards ever printed where you have to make decisions like, do I take this 2-drop because 2-drops with activated abilities are so rare for my deck, or do I take this bomb? Not everything is about trophying, right? Sometimes when you're playing a game, you just want to have fun. Okay, Blossoming Sands. And by the way, I do have a very worthy opponent, highly ranked Mythic player over here, watching me companion Zirda and just chuckle into their cup of tea as they calmly destroy me, but we'll see how this goes. The game isn't over until it's actually been played, right? So I could go ahead and put Zirda into my hand. The other thing that I could do is play the Rouse Reinforcements, crew up the Flywheel Racer. So that would be 1/2 mana to play Rouse Reinforcements. I get 2 creatures. So I have 2 creatures on the board, Island untapped and this guy untapped. Crew the Flywheel Racer, and then I have 2 mana at my disposal and 1 Convoke, so I can't quite Meeting of the Minds. That's a little annoying. And I also cannot put Zirda in my hand. Okay, so I think I might just Rouse Reinforcements, crew up the Flywheel Racer, and attack. That kind of sounds best. It's not like accelerating me, but... And then I could actually Island Cycle or Mountain Cycle. Is that good? I don't think so, because these both have Convoke. The Cyclers are the only things that I'm waiting for lands to play. But if I do hit my 5th land, sorry I'm thinking so much about this, it's just this turns out to be really interesting. I think I actually will. No, because I have Meeting of Minds. So I have the opportunity to just draw lanes the normal way, the old-fashioned way. All right, Zirda, you need to work your magic. Unfortunately, you don't seem like a very good card, even when I do play you. Okay, that's a little annoying. So here's what I can do. I can crew up the Flywheel Racer. I really want to play Xerx Strobe Knight. It's okay, Xerx Strobe Knight is summoning sick. The problem is I can't do that and also Temporal Cleansing. So what if now... Okay, maybe I should have land cycled. So I'm going to crew this guy. Starting place, let's crew this. Then I think I want to attack with Flywheel Racer. Oh, I guess I could Meeting of Minds just off of Convoke. And then maybe I can play a land. I just can't do all of that and also Xerx Strobe Knight. I could Island Cycle and play the Xerx Strobe Knight. Okay. I think I just want to draw. I think drawing seems good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Meeting of Minds, convoking exactly as the Arena Auto Tapper suggests. That looks good. I like the idea of just drawing some cards, hitting my land drops. That's awesome. Go ahead and play a land. Now the question is, do I also want to island cycle? And I think the answer is just no. It's just no, because next turn, I actually can play Furnace Toast Charger by crewing up the Flywheel Racer, or actually I would rather play the Tidal Terror. Okay, you are really good, I remember. Destroy target artifact. Yeah, that's a really good card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. Unfortunately, now I cannot play Tidal Terror. I also really don't want a Temporal Cleansing. I think I don't attack because it just looks too obvious. I think I'm just going to play Xeric Strobe Knight. Yeah, Temporal Cleansing on this is like really bad. Unfortunately, I'm sure this is going to eat a removal spell. But if they do play a fight spell, like the 5-mana battle that fights, I can Mirren Bane Splitter to the Xeric Strobe Knight to make it kill the other creature in the fight. Very interesting. That's a very interesting attack. Well, I'll block. I have to imagine my Xeric Strobe Knight is not living through the turn. So let's try this. I mean, this kind of makes them want to spend removal on some random 1/1, doesn't it? Maybe they just have a pump spell, though, and that's what this is about. All right, I'll stick this on the 1/1, see what happens. I'm just really proud that my Zird deck is even... Okay, yeah, and then they let the trade happen. I'm just proud that my Zird deck is even, like, holding its own to this extent. I have no illusions that I'm going to keep going toe-to-toe with them. That's so annoying, like, not even hitting the land. I guess I should have island cycled earlier, but I don't know, like, I didn't know that all this would happen, right? So, do I put Zirda in my hand? Oh, that could be good. Yeah, let's attack. Maybe I just put Zirda in my hand, although I kind of like the idea of actually flipping the Prankster. Maybe I'll do that. When I do get Zirda in, it can be useful for pushing the last few points of damage by making their stuff unable to block. I just really want to hit my 6 land to play Furnace Host Crusher. But now we're representing a nice amount of damage. I mean, this is actually a 4-turn clock. So like if they play one giant creature with no ETB, I can Temporal Cleansing it. Interesting game. Again, I'm just proud that my Zirda deck is kind of like putting them on the back foot a little bit. Destroy target creature? No, 5 mana is something else. I don't know what this is going to be. Return a non-land permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. Awesome. That's so good. That's so good. Okay. Still no land. Okay, I'm just sick of this. I know that the moment that I do this, I'm going to hit my land. Yeah, I shouldn't do it. I need to have discipline. This is just so disappointing. Yeah, so it makes sense for them to block there, obviously. And then I'll go ahead and play this, and I'll play this. I don't know. I should have island cycled, I guess, but... Oh, you have haste. Oh, no, but I couldn't have attacked with it. Right. That's what that was about. I can play a Tidal Terror and give it haste if I can draw the land. I can play Zirda, give Zirda haste to make something unable to block. Oh, no, not lifelink. That's so rude. Okay. All right. Wow, I just can't believe the amount of not drawing lands that's happening here. Okay, so probably I actually take Ren's Resolve, even though it's really risky. No, let's not take Ren's Resolve. It's enough already with not drawing lands. Put this in the bin, put that in the graveyard. Play this. I guess I just put this back for now. Second from the top is like kind of annoying because you don't even get it back immediately. And then in with both, we'll see if they have something. Okay, all right, so now we're talking. I can play a hasty Tidal Terror. Yeah, that can do some damage. Look, we have the most ridiculous deck you've ever seen, and we're not getting crushed. I'm not going to say we're winning. We're definitely not winning, but we're not getting crushed. And that, my friends, is a major accomplishment in and of itself. I'm just kind of concerned. My opponent's deck seems very, like it has a lot of stuff on the high end. They played nothing until turn 3, then something on turn 5, then another 5-drop that's very mana intensive. That scares me because it kind of sounds like they might just have a lot of bombs. But it could also mean they have a lot of 2-drops and they're just not drawing them. Unseal the Necropolix to get your stuff back and then you get to play it. I don't hate that, actually. I'm a little sick of this thing getting recurred, but at the same time, it doesn't really have anything good to do right now. This is when you play your second spell, look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand and the rest on your graveyard. This makes me feel better about the Xerec Strobe Knight situation because Xerec Strobe Knight would have been totally blanked by this. I could have 4 2/2s in the air and they still wouldn't be able to attack. All right, so in for 5. And now I can play my Zirda and make my stuff unblockable. That's pretty good. I don't even dare to imagine that we're doing it. I mean, they have so many cards left in their hand, but Furnace Host Charger plus Tidal Terror is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I don't need to tap the Trailblazing Historian anymore. So what I can do is I can play the Charger, tap these 2 to make the Terror unblockable. Okay, what can you do? Gain 4? Gain 4 is very relevant. But I can make my Charger or my Terror unblockable, and I might want to, depending on what they do. So they can pay 1 twice. They could exile my graveyard as well. Let me look at my graveyard to make it look like I want them to exile the graveyard. Okay. When you cast your second spell, you get to put a card into your hand, yeah. This thing makes a bunch of lifelinkers. Kind of annoying. Fertilid's Favor. Okay. Sure. So now, both those things get +1/+1 counters. No, that thing gets 2 +1/+1 counters. Got it. But now you're at 16 HP. Unreal. Okay, so I can play Zirda, make their thing unable to block. But I think what I do is I just play this. And in for 10. This is pretty awesome, right? Going in for 10, you know, that's something. That's something. The only problem is they're effectively at 20. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I can play Zirda and Skyclave, if nothing happens, I can win. Here's how it works. Oh, that's something happening. That's something happening. How it would have worked is play Zirda, make something unable to block, tap 2 things to make Tidal Terror unblockable. This thing's tapped from attacking. Okay, you get my crummy 2/3, that's whatever. However, I think they can turn this into an 11/11 trample indestructible. So I think we lost, but 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, they can flip it next turn. Yeah, that's a little bit too bad. I don't know. I am a little disappointed that like my room to maneuver in messing around in this set was massively constrained by the fact that my MMR was really high at the end of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At one point I had 80% win rate in that set. I was number 17 on the 17 lanes leaderboards, interestingly. And so I clearly had climbed up to what would have been a high ranked mythic position if I had continued playing up to mythic. And then the moment that I started playing March of Machines, I'm being matched against like top mythic players. So, which is cool and all, but it's also like I don't get to mess around with Zirda the way that I would against anyone below the 1,000 best players on Arena right now. But okay, so I think it doesn't really matter because they're going to flip Itali next turn, which means I can't even really attack. What I want to do is make my Tidal Terror unblockable, but the problem is no matter how many times I get in with Tidal Terror, they're gaining 4 every turn and I'm dealing 5. So they clearly stabilized. I'll get one more draw, but I mean, I'll go for one more draw. I guess I'll keep Zirda in my hand. Now they get a lifelinker. Yep. There's nothing that I can draw that's gonna make me win. Let's go on to the next game. It's too bad, but you know, I mean, I actually got pretty close, right? I got them down to 6. If they hadn't found that lifelinker specifically, I think I actually probably would have won the game. I mean, if they'd found removal, that also would have done it, but the lifelinker is what mattered because otherwise they would have been at 1 and I had an unblockable creature. So them finding the lifelinker was a really big game. But you know, I mean, obviously we were kind of doomed from the start playing against another highly ranked mythic player. So gonna be a rough one here again, but we will try. Got a mulligan because I do not have a red source. Okay. Can I play against someone else who's doing a build around? Okay, this person is doing a build around, but this is a massively easier companion, right? No card in your starting deck has more than 1 mana of the same mana symbol in its mana cost. That's easy mode. Zirda is hard mode companioning, okay? Just so we're clear. Probably I'll put back Searing Barb. I think I want to be really fast because I have a 5/5 and I'm not sure that I can win against a 5/5. All right, go ahead and play Aki Scrap Chomper. I'll probably put the Bane Splitter on the Scrap Chomper rather than playing Ren's Resolve. I don't know, maybe I'll play Ren's Resolve, I'm not sure. Okay, Order of the Mirror, that's a way better turn 2 than either of those other options. So in with this card. Hopefully I can go really aggro on them because they're probably a 5-color deck. Well, they might have a counter spell here, it looks like, but we'll see. I don't know if they're a 5-color deck, but they're probably a many-colored deck. They couldn't take any double-pipped cards. Yeah, Zirda is super hard mode. Zirda is super hard mode. All right, Skittering Surveyor, fixing them into red. Sure, makes sense. I'll flip my order and attack, I think. All right. Finn the Fangbearer. Wow. Well, it still cannot block Order of Alabaster. Okay, never mind. I think that can... Actually, that can go to the top because then I'm going to Ren's Resolve and get to recast it. So let's go ahead and do Ren's Resolve. Flip 2, play a Mountain, and play Order. But I'm in big trouble. That tempo really matters, right? It really matters because soon enough, they get to just play a 5/5. And I'm really not sure that there's much that I can do about that. I guess I can flip the Order and attach the Bane Splitter to it. They cannot block the Order with Finn because it would get -1/-1. Yeah, this is like the hardest companion. I just want to win one game. I came kind of close last time, right? I needed them to not get that lifelinker. I just needed them to not get the lifelinker, and I would have dealt lethal. Unless they found a removal spell, obviously. But and for a long time, it actually felt not like they were just holding back and like really close to stabilizing. It really felt like we were, Cascade into Assimilate Essence. Yep. That's not Discover, that's Cascade. Meaning it goes to the bottom of your library, I believe, not into your hand. You don't get to just put that into your hand like you did with the updated version of Cascade in Lost Caverns. Yep. Okay. All right. Really good for us. Okay. So now I'm going to flip Order and attack. Actually, I guess I could... Probably I should save Ren's Resolve for when I don't have stuff to do. Let's go ahead and flip this guy. And attack for 3. I mean, they can just take 3, obviously. Which they will do. I'm going to go ahead and play a land. And then probably I'm just going to scrap chomp my own land. I think my deck really doesn't need that many lands to be happy. Oh no, Cascade on the Intercessor. You know, why couldn't you just have... Arena, why couldn't you just have paired me against another diamond player who's also just having some fun? You have to keep matching me against people with the highest MMRs in the game. Oh yeah, sorry, I always forget that this thing can sacrifice... I always think that this thing can sacrifice a creature, but it's only an artifact or a land, which definitely makes it worse. I don't know, can't you see I'm just messing around, Arena? You have to put me against the people with all the best decks and all the best cards every game. Every game? I couldn't have one game against someone else who's just having some fun? I have to always only play the people who are always trying to win? Well, okay. If that's my fate, I guess that's my fate. All right, 2 1/1s. There must be someone else on the ladder who's going for it, right? But everyone on the ladder is just maximizing their mythic win rate. Oh well. Okay, Skittering Surveyor. I mean, respect to them, they are playing a companion, but okay, come on. There's easy companions, and then there's hard companions. Let's be clear about the different levels of difficulty of companioning, okay? We have to have respect for those of us who are willing to put our gems on the line to try to companion Zird. I'm not talking about just companioning a Gigantha like you do every other Tuesday. I'm talking about companioning Zird, my friends. That is a different story. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play an island, and then I'm gonna play a Phoenix Host Charger, my strongest card in my deck, because it is a 5/5, and an Aki Scrap Chomper. And then I don't think I have an attack, right? I don't want to trade this. I mean, yeah, I guess they could have something else with mana value 6 or greater. They're about to play a 5/5 though. Kind of don't want to attack. Maybe it's foolish. Maybe I'm supposed to, but I think this game was lost long before any of these decisions were made. If I can be honest with you. Can't I open a Gigantha one of these days? This is the only companion I've opened while recording a video, and it was the activated abilities companion. But if you open a companion, you have to companion it. That's actually the rules. That's, I believe, in the rules of Magic. Okay. And then I saw 2 more companions, which both are much more humane cards to companion, by the way. Yeah, so when I was off video, I actually trophied with a deck that had this card, but it was companioning Karuga, which is a card that says all of your creatures in your deck, or every permanent in your deck that's not a land, has to have mana value 3 or greater. So you cannot play any 1-drops or 2-drops. So basically what I did was play a huge number of land cyclers. So that was like what I did on turn 2 every game. I tap 3 blue to do this. That was what I did on turn 2 every game. Just like set up my mana, and then it trophied because every single card was a banger. Every time I played a card, it was a heck of a card. I got aggroed out in one game. That's the one game that I lost. I could bounce a Zuri. I mean, Rona's also a bomb. I think we're just in for the ride here. I think we're just in for the ride. Yeah, and that Karuga deck was a beast. I managed to make a 26/26 incubator token. I also shared that in, you know, some screenshots and the deck list in the Discord. All right. So I wish I had gotten that one on video. That was a more successful run. A trophy run with a companion. Okay, Gigantha. Now get to untap Rona, draw another card. I mean, we're not winning this one. Let's go on to the next one. You've seen Gigantha do its Gigantha thing. Okay, can I be matched against like someone else in the 0-2 bracket, please, who's not in the top 1,000 or 500 mythic, who is also having some fun today? I just want to win one game. I just want to win one game. Okay, this is actually another hand that looks like a actual real normal deck could have had it. I have a 2-drop into a 3-drop with some card advantage and then a curve topper. So maybe this could be the game. Maybe this could be the game that we win. Maybe this could be the game that we win today. If I win a game, I'm going to be happy. I don't care what happens after that. But I do want to win one, just to prove that the Zird deck can possibly win a game. I love March of Machines. You never get this kind of thing. If I was drafting turtles right now, I would be just drafting whatever, is it something, and you know, it'll be fine or whatever, but it wouldn't be like this. Okay, I'm gonna flip this guy. I feel like I am actually losing my mind. And we'll attack for 5. Hey, you know what? We're dealing damage. We have board presence. We have creatures. It's almost like our deck is functional. I'm not saying our deck is functional, but it's almost like if it were functional. This is almost how it would look if it were functional. I'm really gonna miss March of Machines. This to me is worth 1,500 gems. Even if I get 0 gems back. Just the challenge of Zirda, it's like you're buying a little puzzle for the day, you know? All right, let's go. A really good puzzle, a really intricate and deep puzzle. I'll probably never try to companion Zirda again, but I've learned, like, you know, I've learned. I really want to see, you know, if anyone has ever companioned Zirda and actually done well with it at like a high rank, I would love to see that. Whoa, now Searing Barb looking awesome. The only issue with Searing Barb is maybe I would rather play Ren's Resolve. Oh, I should not have played my land if I'm going to drop a Ren's Resolve here. I do really want a Searing Barb because I want to keep everything moving, but I also think I Ren's Resolve partly because I really want to land next turn to play my Furnace Toast Crusher. It's so stupid of me to not play my land, but it's okay. Like, I can play this land next turn. It only matters if I find 2 lands there. And then I think I just attack with everyone. If they want to block my Scrap Chomper, that's probably fine. What do you have? 3 damage to anything, maybe? The manhole missile of, of March Machines. I'm gonna make every Magic player who's been playing for a few years cringe by saying that. Volcanic Spite, I believe it's called. Pretty sure that's an instant. Oh, Stoke the Flames. Okay. Well, now we don't even really have to think about it. Now we definitely just attack with both. Can I win a game? Oh man, I'm gonna be so happy if I can win a game. What are you? What do you do? At the beginning of each upkeep, we exile cards until your upkeep. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way. You can cast... This card is so good. Oh, someone played this against me, didn't they? Okay. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled in this way. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the other cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. So what that means is you actually get to... So I choose a spell and they can't play that one. They get to play the other one. I choose the one that they don't play. Choose a non-land card exiled this way. You cast 2 spells from the other cards. I don't think they're going to want to trade that. I mean, I would like Ral's Reinforcements here. I just don't think they're going to want to trade that guy. So I think I go in with just Furnace Toast Crusher. They probably actually do have to trade, right? Because I can't actually attack with Harried Artisan here, because then they can block with Plarg and maybe chump with the Overgrown Pest. Yeah, maybe they're just going to chump with Overgrown Pest, actually. That's probably what's going to happen here. Yeah, because otherwise they're dead to Harried Artisan attacking in the air next turn. Okay, so I choose something that you don't get to play. Choose a non-land card your opponent won't be able to cast the card you choose. I don't want you to play Nahiri's Warcrafting, so they're going to play a 1/3. Kind of annoying that they get to play that for free. And this happens every turn. Are you serious with me? So every turn they get a chump blocker for my 5/5. Oh, I thought it was going so good, but then these Aftermath cards are just such absolute bombs. And now they have a removal spell. Awesome. That's so dispiriting because look, the whole rest of their deck, like, I feel, not that my deck's awesome, but like, I was pushing so much damage and now they get a reach creature. Okay, well, we haven't lost yet, have we? So obviously I'm going to just flip this guy. And that's our only hope. Our only hope is to crash in with the Harried Artisan. So every turn they just get a free card. All right, in with this guy. Oh, if they block, I'm so scared. That means I have something. Okay. All right, and then I will play Flywheel Racer, probably. I could also make a 1/1, or I could put Zirda in my hand. I think Zirda is not really helpful, which is kind of the summary of the draft. Yeah, I think let's play Flywheel Racer. It kind of makes it harder for them to attack me with Plarg. Okay, so all eggs in one basket, which is Phyrexian Skyflare. Technically, Let's see. Okay, I don't want you to play Not Vold Hermit. You may play Mirror and Bone Splitter. At least all my cards are terrible. So Plarg, actually, this is a really funny dynamic with Plarg. All my cards are awful. So they're getting every turn. I just say, no, you can't play your actually good card. Oh, that's so annoying. They get to put it on the War Historian. That I didn't even think about. Oh, I should have given them Not Vold Hermit. Oh, I screwed up. But yeah, every turn they only get to play my bad card. But yeah, no, actually, yeah. That's an answer to my Phyrexian Skyflayer. It's really bad for me. Okay, well, I guess I can play Zirda. That's the next plan. That's the next level of my plan, is I just play Zirda and I try to make their War Historian unable to block my Phyrexian Skyflayer. Okay, that's the angle. Isn't March of Machines so fun? All right, Plarg. I wish I could find a removal spell. That would be amazing, but I cannot. Okay, so let's go ahead and just cast Zirda. Yeah, let's just put Zirda into our hand and cast it. It is going to make it so that they cannot block my flyer. And then maybe next turn, I can play Ramogian Greatsword and kill them. So Ramogian Greatsword is going to take 7 mana to play and equip, but I can convoke for up to 5 of that. So I think here I want to activate the Flywheel Racer. Oh, I can do that during their turn. Yeah, so I'll do that during their turn. On their turn, I'll activate my Flywheel Racer and make my Incubator token. And then I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Come on, nothing good, please. What did you get? Okay, you can have my Aki Scrap Chomper. This is so funny. This is so funny. They can actually activate it with my Trailblazing Historian. Wow. My whole deck being terrible was amazing tech against Plarg. Just don't kill my Skyflayer. Okay, you don't gain life. Okay, do we have lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh my goodness, you guys. My heart is racing. I am so nervous. Can I get a win with the Zirda deck? And you know what would be so beautiful about this? Is Zirda is actually necessary for me to get this win, because it is going to have to make the War Historian unable to block until end of turn. So I'm absolutely going to just take this damage. There's no triple, quadruple strike in this set that I'm aware of. So I'm going to take the damage. Oh, my heart is beating so hard. Can I get a Zirda win, everybody? This is the question of a lifetime. This is the question of a lifetime. Can I win a game with Zirda as my companion? This is probably our only chance. Why am I not being... Zirda discounted my Incubator. I didn't even have to activate. Oh man, that's too cool. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Zirda says War Historian cannot block. All right, you got that, War Historian. You may not block me. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 3, 6, 7. So I can do this entirely without convoking anybody. Do I want to convoke for one in case I'm going to have to re-equip is the question. So basically, suppose I play the Greatsword and try to equip it onto Phyrexian Skyflayer and they have deal 4 damage to something, which they could convoke out right now. Then I would want to be able to re-equip to, let's say, Aki Scrap Chomper. Yeah, I would totally attack with that as a 4/2 Trampler. Or no, to Flywheel Racer. So I do want to... So I'm going to tap down 1, 2, 3. So that would mean I would have to tap 2 creatures. So no, it's actually not happening for us. Okay, so let's keep everything untapped. There's no way that I can get around this. If they have a removal spell, I just lose. Or not lose, but like I don't win this turn. They have priority because of Trailblazing Historian, so I don't know if this means anything. Oh my goodness, come on, come on, come on. Do not flames me. Do not stoke the flames. Do you have it? No. No way. Do you have it? Go to attackers. It got equipped. Stoke the Flames won't do it anymore. Are we going to get a win with the Zirda deck thanks to Zirda? What do you have? A bite spell? Is it a bite spell? Oh, the suspense is absolutely killing me. Do you have the instant speed bite spell? They're making me really sweat it out. They actually pass through blockers to go to damage to make me sweat out whether they have an answer. They do have the instant speed bite spell. Oh, and the way they slow rolled us on that one. The way they slow rolled us on that. They said, I'm going to make you wait for 32 minutes to learn if I have the answer. I don't think we got there, folks. I don't think we're going to win a game with the Zird deck, because now they just get to keep plarging us forever. Okay, I guess you can have the 1-2. Wow, that's so disappointing. Unreal. I cannot believe it. Do I have anything else in my deck that can win? Wow, the Zird deck almost picked up a game. This Plarg looks fine, but it's not that much better. But unfortunately, that Plarg has just single-handedly destroyed us. So I'm pretty sure I just take the damage. Actually, I guess I can crew up the Flywheel Racer. No, I can't. I was gonna say I can crew up the Flywheel Racer, block, and then sacrifice, but I actually can't. So let's probably just take the damage. I guess you can make this big. Because if I block and kill it, they can actually incubate a bunch. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get there. The fact that they had the Cosmic Strike and then also had the disrespect to pass all the way through blockers to make us learn that they had the Cosmic Strike, that's just brutal. So I can make something that has 3 toughness be unable to block, and then I can attack for 5 trampling with Zirda, but that doesn't sound so great. So I think I actually do play the Pyretic Prankster. I think I'll play the Pyretic Prankster and flip it. I could actually activate Flywheel Racer to flip it without losing any life. That might be good, but it does tap down 2 creatures. But then I can sack the Scrap Chomper, but I can't really play anything after that. What if I just put the Greatsword onto, like, the Flywheel Racer? No, because it'll die in combat. Okay, let's put it on maybe the 1/1, I guess, and attack. I really do want to be active here. Oh, I can equip the sword for 1. I kind of forgot about that. Yep. Oh, and Aki Scrap Chomper can also sack for 1. Thank you, Zirda. I could make, let's say, like a 3/3 unable to block. Yeah, we haven't lost yet. Not yet. So I'll go in with the 4/2. No, we could still win this. We could still win this somehow. Somehow. Okay. So then I will kill probably Renata, right? It's better than War Historian. Do I have any other flying in my deck? Yeah, I actually do have more flying. So maybe I would actually rather kill the War Historian. Actually, it's definitely Renata because War Historian, I can always make it unable to block with Zirda so long as Zirda survives. So yeah, let's just kill the Renata. Then I'm going to equip this to the Pyretic Prankster. Then the question is, do I flip the Pyretic Prankster? Is making them sacrifice a creature worth 2 HP? Do I die if they actually could maybe almost push 4 damage straight up. So I think, not quite though, right? It's like kind of close, but not quite. Yeah, I think I don't flip it. I think the life is worth something. Although I will say, yeah, now they get to draw an extra card. Parg draws them another card, and Trailblazing Historian means that they could get, they can give anything haste. So any creature that they draw is going to be hasty. All right, hopefully they don't get anything good. Meeting of Minds. Well, I don't want them doing 6 damage or destroying an artifact, so I guess they can draw 2. It's so dangerous for me though. Yeah, we just did not get there. It's too bad. And it's entirely because of this Plarg, right? That's really the card that did it. Everything else we were lining up really well against. We were actually totally out aggroing them. this thing has haste and then you give another creature haste. Yeah, I've lost. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, they had exactly the bite spell when they needed it. All right, well, I don't know. Maybe they'll somehow screw up in some way that gives us a lethal attack. Okay, you give the menacing creature haste. Sure. Probably they now just attack with everything, I would guess. It's probably basically lethal if they do. Okay, interesting attacks. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know what pump spells or whatever they have, but the Furnace Gremlin, let's see. Is there any possible way that I can win next turn? I might crew up Flywheel Racer with Zird. I don't think I can win next turn, so I just have to get the most value out of these blocks possible. So let's crew up the Racer with Zird. And then maybe I double block the Slasher. Sure, something like that. And then the Scrap Chomper is going to have to sacrifice a land because it's about to die, and I would like to see another card. My own Furnace Gremlin, okay. They cannot pump this, so... I don't die yet. I do think they actually could have just killed me by attacking with everything, but okay. Ren's Resolve. I don't know what I'm digging for. Tidal Terror. If I could have gotten that earlier, I actually could have made some unblockable attacks. But that's too little too late. I don't think that I have anything that can win this for me. But, you know, okay, let's at least see what this Ren's Resolve can turn up. Assimilate Essence. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's see. So I can make this unable to block, and I can get in for 5, and they have to double block. They're going to kill me on the crackback. All right, let's go for it. Maybe they'll faint. I hope they don't. I don't hope that that happens. But, you know, maybe they'll just have so much sheer fear. Okay, no, they blocked. Well, you know what? We almost got there. I mean, that Plarg just turned up so many blockers. And in particular, they had removal for my 5/5, and they played the Plarg on the turn when they could have blocked with that. But then that Cosmic Hunger, I mean, we had that lethal attack, and then they Cosmic Hungered me. Too bad. I mean, but you know what? I don't regret trying. I now know what it's like to try to draft cards that only have activated abilities. It was a real total mind bender. And my only advice is don't draft Zird. So, well, okay. We'll be trying to do some more companions, but hopefully more successful ones in the future. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash. But do definitely be afraid to companion Zird.